God, my headphones. Ow!
Good.
Did you say good?
Maybe.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
I didn't just fall down.
Was it all of you or just your microphone?
It's just my headphones, actually. They got pulled off my head and onto the ground.
Well, now I'm just imagining you going to sit in your chair, missing it completely, eating shit.
You imagine whatever you want, whatever keeps you warm at night.
I don't think that'll keep me warm at night, but okay.
Welcome to Super Breakfast Friends Club.
Happy anniversary a month ago, The Sims.
The Sims. We were going to record this episode, almost a month ago. But we couldn't because somebody decided to catch the Spanish flu.
I wish. It's just some dumb cold. I lost my voice and I was incredibly sleep deprived.
Well, one of those things has changed now.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Sims. Is there an opening to this show?
No.
Not really. It's just
Just throws us right into the madness.
I'll put something here.
This is The Sims Sparked.
It's The Sims. Did you know that The Sims is 25 years old this year?
That's so gross.
I know, it's wacky wild. This is the original Sims. Last time we looked at this show, which is The Sims Sparked, by the way, we're back again. Last time we looked at this show, it was the 10th anniversary of Sims 4, and now it's
25 years old, all of it.
Yeah, now the whole thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so we came back to Sims Sparked, episode 3 we're on now. The penultimate episode. So this aired on July 31st, 2020 on TBS, and then went to the BuzzFeed Multiplayer YouTube channel on August 3rd. And we got 2 teams left.
Yeah.
I'm still shocked that Team Gnome was sent home in the last episode. I had forgotten about it until they reminded us.
As soon as they brought out the remaining teams, I was like, what?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. One of the best teams went home. They won like every challenge except the very last one, and then it was like, you're gone.
And I still think that they did better.
I know.
Than one of the teams.
I definitely think there was some kind of, I don't know what was going on.
They're too good.
What team was it? Was it Team Cowplant? The one with Mira and Dr. Gluon?
Yes.
I think they wanted them around because that was like where the most drama was.
Right.
That was the one team that was the closest to falling out. So they were like, well, we can't get rid of them.
They manufactured as much drama as they could from them.
Yeah. Which, we talked about it before. This show really didn't need the drama. The drama all feels stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it's The Sims.
Like, most of these people just seem like they're getting on really well.
Yeah.
And they seem pretty sweet.
Yeah. It's because it's these reality show producers who are like, well, we've got to get the drama. Nobody's going to watch it if there's no drama. And it's like, just, haven't you ever heard of Bake Off? There's a market for cozy reality competition shows now.
Yeah, now that America's discovered they exist, we can't get enough of them.
Yeah. This could have so easily, I think this would have been a success if they had gone that route.
Yeah.
But they didn't. And so this is the only season that exists.
Also, it's a little bit of a mess.
It's a little bit of a mess. And we'll talk about that. But the teams here, so this, although there's only 2 teams left, this isn't the final competition. They're doing a pre-final competition to determine, what is it? They're determining which team is going to have an advantage in the final competition.
Yeah, the winner gets like a 15-minute advantage.
Which is dumb as well, but okay.
It doesn't seem like a big advantage to do a whole competition over.
No. So the teams are being split up, and each member is going alone up against their equivalent on the other team.
They're fighting their shadow links.
Yeah, and Dr. Gluon expresses some confusion about what his role here is going to be as the storyteller.
What am I going to do as a story person? am I just going to tell a story?
And yeah, that's kind of how I felt about the storyteller role for the entire show.
Indeed.
There is no storytelling function in the game. It's just dumb.
We'll get to it when we get there. I have some things to say about it.
Okay. The first challenge is for the stylists, and it's called Gender Not Required. They have to create and style 6 models in 45 minutes. And the challenge will start as soon as they enter the workspace. So I sure hope the game is already loaded up for them.
Otherwise, that's going to be 30 minutes of your time.
Yeah, depending on how fast the computers are. I feel like designing 6 whole Sims in 45 minutes means you really can't put that much thought into any of them.
Right. I mean, I guess you don't have to worry about, like, their personality traits or anything. You're just working on their bodies and outfits.
I guess. And I was thinking, because, usually when you create a Sim, you're making like 6-7 outfits for them, but I guess they didn't have to do that. They just focused on one outfit.
A different outfit.
Yeah, okay. True. So it's Mira and Siha, right?
Yeah.
Siha looked like she's defusing a bomb.
She's taking it very seriously.
She's so focused. But towards the end of it, she and Mira start chatting.
You good over there?
Do you feel like you're overthinking everything?
I'm struggling. I'm trying to get it together.
No, I'm like, is it good? Is it not good?
I liked it. It was nice. It's very wholesome.
I mean, this whole show is wholesome. They just don't want to admit it.
The show should be wholesome, yeah. It's just the music and the narrator that ruin the wholesomeness.
And the editor.
Yeah. Boof, boof. The teams only have 1 minute to finish. Who's going to destroy the other team? How are you doing? Oh, I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
I'm a little stressed over here. Yeah, me too. Battle to the death!
Neither of them seemed super confident with what they had done by the end. Sim Guru Ninja, one of the judges, the one who's actually a developer of the game, all he seems to care about is the ages of the Sims. He's like obsessed.
Well, like, I get it, because what they're looking for is diversity in the Sims. And so, like, they have, like, a range of skin tones and body types, but that's really the only thing that they've tried to explore.
Yeah, I mean, the name of the challenge is Gender Not Required, so I took it as, like, diversity in terms of gender, because that's what they named the challenge. But yeah, he was very, every time we see him, he's like, all looks like all of the Sims are adults. And I was like, yeah. Like, I think he wants to see some kids because the kids have completely different clothing options.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
But I think a lot of Sims players don't really think about kids.
Right, you can't do anything with kids. They're boring.
Yeah, the kids are kind of, and that's the developer's fault. The kids are kind of neglected a lot of the time by the developers.
Yeah.
There is some stuff they've added which I didn't even know about. I discovered a few things recently. Like, apparently there's like a whole Pokemon minigame within Sims 4 that can only be engaged with by child Sims. And I had no idea it was even in there. And I'm sure there's other stuff as well. But for the most part, it's like, kids are there to be aged up to teenagers.
Yeah.
They're a temporary stage that you have to sit through.
Just like real life.
But like even when he points out to Mira about her, not having a lot of age diversity, she just takes it as that she should have had some elders in there. She still doesn't think about children still doesn't even occur to her. So
why do you want children in your fashion show?
Yeah, right. And when I was looking at the comments on the YouTube video, a lot of people were complaining about this and saying that there was no point in age diversity because teenagers look exactly the same as adults in Sims 4 anyway.
Right.
But, there's more than just teenagers. People just don't think about children. Sims players don't think about children.
I have a question about Sims.
Okay.
Is there a lot of height diversity? Or is everybody the same height?
Everyone's the same height. Yeah, you can't choose the height of your Sim. It's something I've always been sad about because I mean, the most recent time it came up was when I tried to make Frank Reynolds in The Sims.
Oh, that's right. You've
And-
been talking about that.
Yeah, and he had to be the same height as all the other Sunny gang that I made, which I thought was a shame. I understand because there's a lot of new animation programming that would have to be done to like have them on the fly interact with people of random heights.
I guess.
So I do understand why they're all the same height, but it would be nice if they could find a way around it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's possible. There's already some bugs that will happen. Like I remember for a while, whenever a child or a toddler, somehow a toddler could end up with an umbrella, but there were no animations programmed for a toddler using an umbrella, so the toddler would like stretch its model to adult proportions whenever it was holding an umbrella. It was really freaky.
Yeah.
So yeah, Siha's collection is inspired by and named for her grandmother.
That was cute.
It was cute. The judges, I thought, were a little bit harder on her than they were on Mira.
How so?
Well, I feel like they had some like slight critiques of Mira's stuff,
Yeah.
but I felt like Siha's stuff, I don't know. It just felt like they were hard on her. To me.
I don't know.
Like Dave said he wanted more extreme body types. I don't remember if Mira had a lot of extreme body types in it.
No, that was a complaint that I had with hers as well. A lot of
Okay.
her, like, she did have, like, one or two that were chubbier, but I feel like Mira's had, like, a better representation of different body types. Like, she
Okay.
had one really skinny person and, like, two bigger ones with really, like, standout proportions, but I feel like Siha's had a lot of just, like, kind of standard.
Right. Taylor pointed out the styles weren't really tied together very strongly, which I did think was a fair critique.
My critique is that none of it really seemed very gender non-conforming outside of like boys wearing makeup.
Right.
Like both of them. This is a sweeping critique.
Yeah, Kelsey said that the challenge was supposed to be more about body type and diversity than it was about clothes, which I didn't think was clear at all, personally.
There are a lot of things that I thought were unclear this episode.
Yeah.
It does not stop with this challenge.
I did think that the bit at the end where Siha talks about how she hopes her grandmother would be proud and then realizes her grandma is a biased source who would be proud anyway. I thought that was cute.
No, it doesn't count.
I think I would have given it to Mira anyway. Mira won, right? This one?
Yes,
Yeah,
she did.
I would have given it to her. But I just felt like
Yeah.
they were a little bit harsh on Siha. I thought
Yeah.
her stuff was good.
I mean, I didn't dislike it, but I thought Mira's were better.
Yeah, they definitely felt more like a connected fashion line.
Right. Rather than just connected via gaudy prints.
Yeah.
Gaudy florals.
Yeah. Now it's time for the builders.
Uh-oh.
I think at this point they realized they had never actually played the intro videos for these two. So they're just kind of
Yeah.
awkwardly inserted here.
I thought that was weird too. I was like, wait, did it do it for the first two? Like, why is this playing now?
Also, I'm assuming that Dr. Ashley didn't give them any photos that were Sims adjacent. So it just ends with a hold on a photo of her at Disneyland, which felt kind of odd. Because she's like, that's why I love The Sims. And then it's a photo of her with a Donald Duck statue. Simlisi's one ends with a photo of her sitting on a couch with a bunch of Sims statues, which felt
Yeah.
more appropriate, but it also doesn't hold on it for very long, so I had a hard time registering that that's what it was.
Yeah, I thought it was all just like, I thought it was like a Sim screenshot.
Yeah, I had to go back and pause it and be like, oh yeah, it's her with a... It's like, it must have been around the release of Sims 4 or something, I think, because it's a statue of the Sims from like all the advertising for the base game.
Right.
Must have been at some like convention or something. But just funny, just thought it was fun. Like, I'm not trying to like complain about Dr. Ashley's photos. They're all very good. She's very photogenic. It was just funny that it was like, that's why I love The Sims.
It felt like they were given different prompts for what kind of photos to bring.
I feel like it's just, they just sent in like some of their favorite photos of themselves, and Dr. Ashley just
Yeah.
didn't happen to have any that were like Sims related. Like, she's probably
Right.
got a very active life, where she's doing all kinds of other things, and just like probably doesn't do a lot of Sim stuff outside of being was she a streamer or a YouTuber? I forget.
I think she's a YouTuber.
I don't know. They were good photos. It was just funny.
But anyway, the challenge.
The challenge was unconventional build, which was to build a mode of transportation with unconventional materials.
I think they kind of forgot
Yes!
what their own.
Yes. Okay, thank you for saying that. 'Cause I
No,
felt exactly
like-
the same way.
We'll get into it once we get into it, but I was confused. I was like, wait, wasn't that exactly what you asked for?
Yeah. It sure was. I love, as the challenge is being announced, Sim Guru Ninja gives them this look like this stupid sounding challenge is the most exciting thing he's ever come up with. He's like, oh, you're gonna love this one. And then somebody, who is it? Is it the host? Somebody says, if you build an airplane, you can't use an airplane wing. And I was like, no fucking problem. That's not a thing that
Right.
exists in the game.
You can't meticulously piece together an airplane in The Sims.
It's not a function of the game. You can't. And the comments are full of people complaining because in Sims 2 and Sims 3, you could own cars. In Sims 4, you can't do that. And people miss it. So all the comments are full of people being like, they won't let us buy vehicles in The Sims, but they're making them make one and telling them they can't use real vehicles. There aren't any.
Yeah. They're saying, shut the hell up and get to building your own cars out of scrap metal and dreams.
45 minutes again. Dr. Ashley calls the challenge insane and arguably impossible. Which I agree with.
I don't know how long it takes to make things in The Sims, but yeah, that sounds like a tight schedule.
Yeah, I don't build very often in The Sims because it takes forever. Like, if you want to make something that looks good, it takes forever.
Right.
So most of my Sims live in unpainted boxes.
Tasty.
Yeah, sometimes I'll try and do something that looks nice, but most of the time I just go for pre-built, houses.
Oh yeah, that's what I would do.
So I don't have to worry about it.
I do not have the mind of an architect.
I like making the Sims and I like living their lives, but I don't like building their houses. That's not for me. I respect the people who do it because I download their houses and live in them.
You wouldn't download a house.
Oh, I would absolutely download it. If you could pirate a house, just download a house and live in it. You didn't pay for that house. Whatever.
You've got malware dripping from the shingles.
Yeah, so what? There's spyware in the bathroom. I don't care. It's a free house. Simlicy tries to make a school bus because she had items in mind that she could use. And then somebody said, if she's going to make an RV, where's that unconventional material going to come from? Bitch, it's made out of
The
random
entire
shit.
thing! Did they want her to make it out of, like, pasta or something? Like, what did they mean by unconventional?
Like, nothing that they're doing is it's an RV made out of trash.
The front of it is made out of roofing. Like, the wheels are wall decor backwards. What do you mean?
The judges start worrying that they're starting to build houses instead of vehicles, so they send Taylor in to give him a hint.
Well, they can't understand what Dr. Ashley is building yet.
No. Taylor goes in, she doesn't go in to give Dr. Ashley a hint. She goes in to get a hint from Dr. Ashley about what she's building.
Can I get a little baby hint on what it might be? I won't tell the others, I promise.
Right.
And Simlicy starts adding more details to the outside after Taylor very unsubtly hints that she should do that.
Is there a reason like why you're spending more time on the inside than the outside? Or?
I want it to have detail because I feel like a lot of things have lacked detail that I've gotten a chance to build.
Do you think that you're gonna make sure that your outside is just as perfect as you're making it on the inside?
I will try, yeah.
Okay. You don't got a lot of time left, but good luck, my girl. I'm excited to see.
Thank you.
Yeah, she understands the assignment.
Yeah. So we get to the end. Dr. Ashley has built a time machine in a jungle. And it's cool. I like it.
It's really cool. And I like the way she interpreted the prompt.
But it isn't... Is it made of unconventional materials?
It doesn't really go into what it's made of.
No.
Like, everybody is so blown away by the set dressing and just the fact that she went with a time machine that I think they forgot their own prompt.
Right.
Because they take it out on the next builder.
Because that's what I've written here. It seems like she took unconventional mode of travel from the brief, but that wasn't what they asked.
Yeah.
They asked for a vehicle made of unconventional materials. But they seem to have forgotten that too, so... yeah, I've also written, none of the judges complain about that, so I guess this build impressed them enough that they didn't care.
Right.
I feel like Simlissy met the challenge better. She made a bus out of random shit from all over the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, the judges are way harsher on her.
They're like, I don't see what the unconventional things that make this up are. And she's like, I just described to you that what it's made of. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I think conceptually Dr. Ashley's was a lot stronger.
Oh yeah, hers was like by far the cooler idea, but that's because she almost completely ignored the brief.
She had her own spin on it.
But you know, it's a real, you know, if you do something impressive enough, it doesn't matter if you're following their rules. They'll change the rules so that they can accommodate.
Yeah. That's exactly what it feels like.
Of the judges, only Taylor was looking at it from the lens of the original prompt, I think.
Yeah.
And the other two were just like, yeah, unconventional mode of travel. That's what we said. We didn't say anything about unconventional materials.
Right, because they're like, a school bus? That's not that unconventional. It's like, what do you mean?
That's not what you said.
Prompt. I'm sorry I didn't build a giant fighting robot to travel around in.
Should have just made up what... Anyway. The day is over, and the Simmers go to bed.
But not all of them return.
The storytellers are stressing because they have no idea what to expect. And the next day, Steph Sims, the cowplant storyteller, doesn't show up. She's decided to leave the show because the stress has gotten to her. Like, and I get it. They just left her overnight stewing.
It's not just that. Like, she was really torn up that two of her friends went home in the last challenge.
That's true, yeah. She's the only non-American contestant left, I think.
Yeah.
And she's struggling to cope because...
Oh, I know. What? No, never mind.
Yeah, no, I got Simlissy mixed up with... There was like a Scandinavian one earlier.
Yeah.
And I kept getting her and Simlissy mixed up. But no, the other one's already gone.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, Plumbella and the English Simmer are her friends because they're all from the UK. And she was upset when they left. I actually have been watching a bunch of Plumbella's videos recently. They just happened to show up on my time. Probably because I watched this.
Obviously.
They happened to show up on my timeline and I was interested in some of the stuff that she was talking about. They're all from like recently though, so long after this show happened.
Right.
She seems to be doing fine.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's career hinged on winning The Sims Spark.
No, if anything, I feel like it might have been a detriment to their careers. There was one of the videos I watched, she did say at one point, like, I was on a reality show once, for anyone who doesn't know, and I was like, I did know that, Plumbella. That's the only thing I knew about you.
That's why the algorithm has been feeding me your videos.
Yeah, Ashley and Siha are supportive of Steph's decision, which is nice.
Yeah, what are they gonna do? Say, no, you can't go home. You're gonna come in here and fight for us, you little bitch.
It's the way they were both, like, almost defensive of her in the face of the judges,
Yeah.
I felt like. But the English Simmer is back. She was eliminated last episode, and now she's replacing Steph as the storyteller.
Which does feel a little silly if Steph was just, like, so torn up that they lost, but then it's like, hey, I'm taking your place.
Yeah, I did have that thought. I was like, well, they can't have been too far away then.
Right.
But I think a lot of it was also the stress of, like, all the pressure of being on her own for this
Yeah.
challenge. I would definitely say it felt like she was one of the most introverted, maybe, is what I'm looking for,
Yeah.
like, socially anxious of all of the
Yeah.
contestants. Except maybe some of the ones in the team that was eliminated in the first episode. We didn't get much of a sense of those guys.
Yeah, I don't even remember them.
No, me neither. Anyway, the English Simmers intro video plays now. And she talks about how growing up playing The Sims made it easy for her to come out since the game was always inclusive. And I think that's nice.
Yeah, The Sims has always been gay, even if it was a bug.
Yeah, that's one of... No, it wasn't a bug.
It wasn't?
No, I think I told the story in the first episode we did.
You probably did.
But it was in there on purpose, and then EA asked for it to be removed. So they removed it, but then one of the testers didn't know that it had been removed by request. So he thought it was a bug that being gay wasn't working.
Oh, okay.
So he had it fixed. And Will Wright found out and decided to just keep it quiet.
What's this bug making everybody straight? Get rid of that.
But then when they had the game running at like a trade show before release, two women autonomously started flirting and like fell in love live on the show floor. And it became like the biggest thing that anyone was talking about at that, I think it was E3. It became the biggest news of E3 that year.
Good.
So that kind of like strong-armed EA into keeping it in. Because it was like, oh, everybody is talking about the fact that you can be gay in our game, so we can't take it out now.
Right. People who bought it to be gay in our game would be devastated.
Yeah. It's always been gay on purpose. It's just that EA
Good.
tried to squash it at one point.
Of course they did.
And now, like, you can give your Sims whatever pronouns. You can, like, there are actually different selectors to be like, this Sim can get pregnant, or this Sim can get other people pregnant, or this Sim can breastfeed, and all that stuff. So you can just, like, be completely free with gender and sexuality and whatever the hell you want.
You can just make everybody breastfeed.
Yep, you can. If that is your Freedom Day wish.
It is my Freedom Day wish. It's my game and I'll play it how I want.
So the storytelling challenge is basically just an improv session. They have to improv a story to Sim Guru Ninja playing the game. Stupid challenge.
No, you say that, but I remember having critiques that Dr. Gluon's storytelling isn't the best because he's a live streamer.
Because he's an improv,
and
yeah.
so this challenge actually addresses that. It gives him something to actually live stream in, and he actually did good in it.
That's true. That is true.
It addresses that there's different ways to play The Sims and tell your stories in it.
Well, I'm still gonna go ahead and say that he was not playing The Sims.
Somebody else
Who's
was.
watching someone else play it, but
That's true. It was clunky. I'm not gonna say it was perfect, but
I actually did write right here. I think this will be good for Dr. Gluon, since this is basically what he does on stream.
yeah.
So yeah, I was right about that. I wrote that before I had finished watching it. The challenge is called Sell That Fixer Upper. They have to give a house tour to the judges and convince them to buy the house. Two different houses. They're not both presenting the same house.
But they are both yucky mansions.
They are both yucky mansions. The house that Dr. Gluon has is full of raccoons and garbage.
Skeletons.
Yeah, there's a skeleton walking around. All the plumbing is busted. There's ghosts. Eventually, a giant mouse person shows up. He did great, I thought.
I laughed a few times.
I did too.
I thought he did pretty well.
He says that he builds houses much like this, so that was funny. English Simmer, on the other hand, is worried because she's never really had to improv before because she's a YouTuber.
Right, she can script her videos and edit them.
Yeah, different house but similar in theme. She's got rats instead of raccoons. She's got, there's like a guy in the living room.
Yeah, there's a couple people that just look like they're squatters.
Yeah. She clearly struggles a bit with it. There are some rooms where she pauses, struggling to think of something to say.
What's in here?
Yes, so this is actually from this is the nursery. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Dave acknowledges that this was a tough challenge, and
You can definitely see the disconnect between people who play it more seriously, because when she's confronted with like a clown man sitting on a toilet, she doesn't know how to parry that.
Yeah. It's time for the scores now. For the stylist challenge, all three of the judges gave their points to Mira, which I agreed with.
Yeah.
Dave talks to them like a disappointed dad.
I think you guys both did good on this challenge, but honestly, I really wished you pushed it more. Both teams, for a gender fluidity challenge, I think we expected to see a little bit more variety on the gender fluidity.
I just wanted more old people, damn it!
I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Build a challenge, all the votes go to Dr. Ashley. Yeah, she had the better thing. It was really cool. I liked it.
Yeah, but they also poisoned us against the school bus.
Yeah, well, that's my whole thing. I'm like, okay, Dr. Ashley made the coolest thing, but Simlissy made the thing that you asked for. It's a tie so far anyway, so maybe they just did that to make a tie.
Maybe, because they really tie it until the bitter end.
Yeah, I was thinking Team Llama were going to win this at this point, which I think they did, but Storyteller Challenge, 2 votes for Dr. Gluon, and then 1 for English Simmer.
They liked that she tried to earnestly sell a piece of crap mansion.
Right. But Dave also says that he didn't think Dr. Gluon was funny enough.
Yeah.
Even though everyone watching was laughing through his entire presentation.
Right.
What did you want?
He doesn't know what to expect. It's pure improv. When he streams, he's slightly in control of his own game outside of Sims being the Sims.
Right, because he didn't even get to be in control of the camera for this.
Right.
Because Sim Guru Ninja was doing that.
Yeah, it was kind of a sloppy challenge.
Team Llama end up winning by a single point, and I do kind of suspect that that's the real reason that Dave voted for the English Simmer, to create some drama there.
I think so too.
Where it's comes down to this one vote. But that means that Team Llama now have an advantage on the final challenge.
Uh-oh.
And we're told the challenge is going to be called Play with Light, but we're not told what the hell that means.
No, but it looks pretty gay.
Oh, well, hopefully.
One can dream.
The winner will be our very first Sparked champion.
First and last. Hey, they could bring this up on the 30-year anniversary of The Sims.
That's true. Bring back the same contestants to relive the nightmare.
Some of them have not played The Sims in 10 years. Not again, man.
Tell us about your history with The Sims. Well, I was really into The Sims and I built a YouTube channel off the back of it, but then I went on this reality show and it really ruined the game for me. And I haven't played Sims.
I lost a lot of followers, and then, we're still on The Sims 4 25 years later, and I just kind of got bored of it.
God.
You can only sell me so many new H&M outfits before I'm done,
Oh, Sims 2 was the H&M stuff one. Maybe. I don't remember anymore. Might have been Sims 3. There's only so many times you can sell me an expansion pack that gives me Katy Perry cupcakes and nothing else. The episode is over now.
We did it.
And it ends with Rayvon explaining how to submit your creations in-game for a chance to have them appear in a non-existent future season of the show.
What if we petition to get The Sims Sparked back?
What if we ever have that power? What if our podcast gets big enough that we can single-handedly bring back The Sims Spark?
I'm not saying we have to fund it. We just have to generate enough interest.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying too.
This is a grassroots movement.
I would never fund it.
We're gonna bring it back.
If we were big enough that I could fund production of something, it would be a Banjo-Kazooie TV series.
Why?
Because I'm sad that there isn't one. I don't want it to be good. I just want it to exist.
I am not gonna allow you to fund an intentionally bad Banjo-Kazooie show.
Well, I want it to be like Mario Super Show level.
You can't do that on purpose.
No, you've just got to find the right people.
You have to find people just competent enough,
Yeah.
but like still incompetent.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's going to be a rigorous interview process, believe me.
Yeah, I'm actually a huge fan of the Banjo-Kazooie series. Next!
Yeah, what is it? Banjo-Kazooie? I know it. I love it.
Bungo Kajiggle? Yeah!
You're hired. Now, all I'm going to show you is the cover of the box. I want you to come up with...
I'm gonna bring it in front of your eyes really fast and take it away, and you just have to draw what you see.
And here's a list of the names of the characters. With 5-word descriptions of each.
No, that's too many. No descriptions, because then you could see things like bear or bird.
No, they need to know that much.
That's already narrowing it
They
down.
need to know that much. But, like, you just need, like, green, witch, bad.
I still feel like that's too much. Like, Gruntilda, witch. That's all you get.
Okay. Yeah, they probably would end up at a green-skinned witch anyway.
Right.
Just with that. But, maybe we don't want it to be green in the show.
Maybe she's got regular human skin.
Yeah, and like purple lipstick.
Yeah.
And she's really skinny and sexy.
Yeah.
But we still have to bring in whoever it was that did the original voice. Yeah. Oh, well, The Sims Sparked. What did you think?
It's not my favorite reality show, but it's not bad.
I think it's pretty bad.
No, it's not. Like, the challenges are sloppy, but, like, I think the presentations come out interesting enough.
Oh,
that it's worth watching.
Like, the contestants are good, and I like what they do. I just think the challenges are stupid, and the presentation of the show is really bad.
Yeah, but that's not enough to make it a bad show.
It's like, all that time we spent watching Kitchen Nightmares?
Yeah.
Imagine if Kitchen Nightmares was exactly as dramatic, but nothing was happening. Like, the restaurant is fine, there's nothing wrong, customers are eating the food and enjoying it, and the place is making money, but it's still presented just as dramatically.
I mean, the first season, like, wasn't as bad restaurant-wise.
The first season was the one where he found a mouse in the kitchen, wasn't it?
I don't remember. He's found a lot of mice.
We have to watch it again.
Remember when he found that mouse and they accused him of planting it? It was a dead mouse.
Yeah, they accused him of bringing it in his pocket.
Right.
That was funny.
He's like, there's a dead mouse in here. What do you mean? They're like, you brought that from home.
Turn out your pockets. It's just full of dead mice.
This is why we have our employees carry transparent bags, so they can't smuggle dead mice in here.
Every month I have to fire a new employee for smuggling in a dead mouse.
You think these things just show up here? No. There's a malicious outside force.
I never even heard of a mouse before you got here, mister. I want more Sims shows to exist.
But how?
But not like this.
Not like this.
I don't know what I would want to see from a Sims reality show, though. Definitely more forgiving time limit.
But then you need the harsh time limits to really make them scared.
You do, but I also think it takes so long to do anything in The Sims anyway.
Yeah.
Giving them 15 minutes to do... Oh, was it 15 minutes that they had for the...
It's 45.
45, all right. That's a bit more reasonable, I guess.
Have you ever watched the show Nailed It?
Is that the cooking one?
Yes.
I think I have, but I haven't seen a lot of it.
It's funny as hell, and the time limits they give them are stupid. Like, these are amateur bakers, and they're giving them these ridiculously elaborate cakes, and they're like, you have 45 minutes.
Right. But the premise of that show, like, you can tell from the
Is to
title.
fail.
Yeah, the premise of that show is to see what absolute slop comes out at the other end. That's what they're aiming for.
Yeah, but it's really funny.
Yeah. And I was talking to my friends about the Lego reality shows the other day. Apparently there's one where they had like some contestants were children, and some were adults. And then at some point, like, it just feels bad watching the show because it's just these kids getting completely destroyed by these adults every episode.
Right, like, of course an adult Lego fanatic is gonna win.
Yeah.
Like, they've been making Legos since twice as long as that child has been alive.
Yeah. I don't know what I would want to see out of a Sims reality show. Maybe I don't even want a reality show.
Maybe you just want to watch somebody play The Sims.
Maybe I just want to stream. Maybe I just want to watch Brutal Moose stream The Sims.
Why not go to the YouTube channel of any of our illustrious contestants?
That's true, yeah.
Or stream if that's their thing.
I definitely, I think I've checked out most or all of the contestants from this show. They're all doing good stuff. I tend to be more interested in the live aspect of The Sims rather than like the build mode or anything. So I don't tend to watch people building stuff. I see the appeal of it. It's just not what I'm there for.
I like seeing the final product. I don't want to watch you do it.
Yeah. What I enjoy most about The Sims is watching the wacky hijinks that The Sims get up to. Last time I played The Sims, I was wandering around this junkyard looking for something, and there was something going on in a dumpster. I didn't know what was going on. It was just like shimmy and shaking all over the place. And then two Sims got out and kissed, and I was like, they were doing it in the dumpster.
As one does.
It's like, all right, well, good for them, I guess. They were very stinky, though.
I can imagine why.
It's like, excuse me, I was trying to dive in that dumpster for parts for my robot.
Can you please go boink on the other end of the dumpster?
Maybe go boink in the shower now. Do us all a favor. I do think Sims 4 isn't as good for that stuff as Sims 3 and Sims 2 were, though.
Right.
Sims 4 isn't as wacky. I miss the wackiness.
Yeah, you gotta take the Wild Wasteland perk at the beginning.
Yeah, though they did just announce today, I think, that they're putting burglars back in the game.
Oh boy, you can get burgled.
Listen, people have been asking for the burglar back since Sims 4 came out. We've been without burglars for 10 years.
Explain to me the appeal.
It's just fun. Like, your Sims are asleep, and then all of a sudden there's like this dramatic music sting, and the burglar, who's dressed in, you know, the black and white stripes,
the striped outfit,
of course,
right?
Comes creeping in, doing like a Scooby-Doo tiptoe, and steals something. And you got to wake your Sim up and call the police quick enough for them to show up and catch the burglar. It's just, you know, it's just fun stuff like that. A lot of the people like the bad things that can happen. You know, people like when a house fire starts, the unexpected. That's what a lot of people like out of The Sims, and I'm with them on that.
People like it when their entire Sims family burns to death in their sleep.
What's fun about The Sims is the unpredictable nature of The Sims, I think.
I get it. I get it. I'm not trying to say that I disagree with you. It's just funny when you put it out on paper.
Yeah. And like, I think they did take burglars out because they were like, this is just negative and people probably shouldn't like it. But people have been asking for the burglar back for 10 years and we finally got it. So.
Let me be burgled, EA!
Yeah. There's so many things like you go to the telescope because you wanna look at the stars and increase your logic skill. And then you get abducted by aliens. Yeah, exactly. It's that like wacky stuff that you aren't expecting. Oh, one thing I miss. Now you can only use the telescope to look at the sky. In Sims 2, and I think in Sims 3 as well, if you used the telescope during the day, you could use it to spy on your neighbors.
What?
And sometimes you'd get caught and they'd come storming over to your house and start a fight with you. It was great.
That's fun.
They should bring that back. EA, you hear me?
I want to spy on my neighbors and get into fights and start a blood feud that lasts for generations.
Oh, you know what? If we had recorded this when we were supposed to, I was going to talk about how it's a shame that The Sims 1 is not available to purchase anymore.
But it is now.
But now it is, yeah. In the time since when we would have recorded this and us recording this now, they surprise dropped it along with Sims 2 on the EA app. So if you want to play the original Sims 1, you can do that now. I would say if you just want to like play The Sims, skip The Sims 1 and go straight to The Sims 2, which I think is still probably the most solid Sims game they've ever made. I really like Sims 3. I still play Sims 4, so obviously I like it. But in terms of like a complete and solid game to play with no real like bugs, Sims 2 I think is the best one.
But the bugs are the fun part.
But they're not the right kind of bugs. They're not the kind of bugs you like.
I don't know. I've seen some pictures. I've watched some GIFs.
Some of those bugs were probably Sims 2. Sims 2 has fun bugs. What, you want to know my favorite bug in Sims 2?
Yeah.
If you drag the sliders all the way to one end and then click one of the default options, the sliders will stay... The size of the thing that you changed will stay where it was, but the slider will reset to the middle, so you can drag it further, and you can keep doing that endlessly until the faces. You can have like dish plate sized eyes.
So I don't know what we lost, but my microphone, or I guess it was just the program, decided it didn't want to listen to me anymore.
Yeah, we got a little bit of lost footage. Sorry about that. It's probably fine.
It's probably just us talking about The Sims 2.
Yeah, probably. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed The Sims at some point in your life, unlike Mel.
Never will I ever. Can't make me.
Have you at least enjoyed some of the screenshots I've sent you over the years?
Yeah, I don't hate The Sims. I see where people find their own fun. I like looking at people's builds. I've listened to hours of Kevin tell me about his Sim family stories. Like, I get it, but I don't get it.
Remember my hot dog man?
Yeah.
You said that with such an air of like, I'm sick of hearing about this.
You always talk about the hot dog man, we get it!
He was good. Thank you to our Patreon subscribers, our Club VIPs Mark Kelly and Jamie Core, and our Club Mesmeron Marley the Changeling. We appreciate all of you, and we love you.
Yeah.
You can find me on the internet. I'm Skull Pirate Mike. Find me. Find me. Save me.
Find me. I've trapped him in my haunted castle. Adventurers be wary, for skeletons are afoot. Perhaps a ghost.
A ghost?
A ghost.
A ghost monster, perhaps?
No, don't be stupid. Idiot.
You're dumb.
That's what you pay me to be.
Yeah. Do you want to say anything?
Save him at your peril.
I don't think we ended the show right, but bye.
What do you mean?
I feel like we forgot something, but maybe I always feel like that.
Usually you just go into more detail about how to find you, but that's been my job today. Okay. Pointing them to my haunted castle.
Well, they gotta know about your haunted castle.
Yeah, so that they can notice, stay off my lawn!